gonna burn out.
All right, welcome back, fight fans. This is Sunday Night Fights. My name is Yoink. Thanks for joining us. I'm here with my distinguished co-caster and probably one of the finest players this game has ever seen, Mr. Aimstrong. Aimstrong, how are you doing? You told me it was cold out in Denmark. Is that where you said you're playing from, or casting from today?
Yeah, we got a snowstorm overhead, so we're trying to get in the mood and preparing for Company of Heroes 2, you see.
Well, it's about 70 degrees and sunny in the Yoink Tower here in Los Angeles, California. So, I take it back, it's 64 according to the Yoink thermometer that's right outside the Yoink Tower. But that's the great thing about Sunday Night Fights is we have global shoutcasting capabilities. We have someone in Berlin, we have someone in Denmark and in Los Angeles, and we even had, I don't even know where Trial Bob was shoutcasting from this our interview from the beginning part of this episode. He must be in Vancouver, right? Because he's building our new favorite game, Company of Heroes 2 up there. So one thing that we didn't get a chance to do, because we were so excited to have our special guests here earlier, was to show our fight card. For those of you that are just joining us, we are in Game 2 now of a 5-game series between two great players, DevM and Symbiosis. So if our cameraman and director NTD would show us this beautiful fight card that was made for Sunday Night Fights, we can get a look at it. These two guys, you know, they've come up against each other before in actually it was our first episode where Symbiosis knocked out DevM 2-0, and now they're getting a chance to fight back. What do you think so far of the way DevM and Symbiosis is looking?
I think Symbiosis showed some really strong play in the first game we just saw, and I think that we're going to see some very good US from him now, because that seems to be his ace in the sleeve, if you ask me. And some people may say that DevM is more of a US player right now, but for me, he's always been a Wehrmacht player. It goes way back, some years ago, where he was like the ultimate Wehrmacht guy at one point.
Yeah, good analysis, good analysis. I agree. While we leave that fight card up, we have a very special moment now here at Sunday Night Fights. I know the fans are always looking forward to when we give away our beta keys. So we're giving away one now. We're going to give away 5 this episode. And for those of you that also have not been watching Sunday Night Fights, you can win a beta key by following us. You've heard me say it a million times. Just click the follow button in the upper right-hand corner of the Twitch TV webpage, and you will be automatically entered to win one of our beta keys that we give away. The way we do it, we have a raffle. We have 99 monkeys in the back, and our monkey handler, General Hell, has already given me the name that the monkeys have pulled out. And as is customary on Sunday Night Fights, we always allow our guest to provide us with the drum roll before we announce the name. So, Aimstrong, would you like to go ahead and give us your best Sunday Night Fights drum roll, please? Our winner, our first winner of the key is Major Bloodknock. Major Bloodknock has spelled N-O-K at the end. Please PM General Hell to receive your beta key. Now, as you know, fans, if we have a key that does not actually get claimed, we'll give it away at the end. So if Major Bloodknock is not on the channel right now, you have to be on the channel to win. We'll give it away at the end of the show. Now, that being said, I think we need to get back into more action. What do you say, Aimstrong? Are you all ready at 5 seconds on this game number 2 on Argenton Crossroads?
Yeah, I'm ready to rumble, and I'm following DevM.
Okay, you're going to be following DevM. He is in the north with Wehrmacht. I'll be following Symbiosis, playing for the Americans in the south. And if our director and cameraman NTD can show us the game screen, we can get ready here. I would like to get started here in just about 5 seconds, because I'm paused at 5. So we'll begin the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. The clock is ticking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Good luck, have fun is exchanged. We are in business, and it looks like a pretty standard start from both players, huh?
Yeah, 2 pioneers in the Wehrmacht quarters from DevM.
And same thing, 2 engineers and a barracks being singly built down there in the south. I like this last game that we saw. It was, Ami had mentioned that the map fell 50-50 real fast, and I wasn't expecting that because DevM is such a strong player in the first 7 or 8 minutes. He seems to really engage in a strong attempts at a strong knockout punch early on, but I didn't quite see as strong of a punch last game. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely think that the Jeep for the bike exchange ended up setting DevM back.
Yeah, it seems DevM's strategy has always been to just overwhelm his opponents, like in the first couple of minutes, so much so that they really can't recover. Although against Symbiosis, we saw that didn't work back in our first episode. We'll see if it works this time.
It looks like DevM is moving to try and capture the graveyard, which I think is the best strategic choice here on this map. Going for a horizontal split instead of a vertical.
That is interesting analysis. It looks like Symbiosis is actually building a Jeep now instead of a rifle squad as his as his second unit, I should say. He already has 1 rifle squad on the field, and they are, where did they go? Oh, they're oh no, where are they? They're way up over, yeah, by the graveyard.
DevM is moving to counter with the Focus Grenadier and the bike.
Okay, so we're seeing exactly the same thing, almost in exactly the same place again. We might get another bike Jeep extravaganza right here. Looks like these riflemen are overwhelmed here by a large amount of German forces. Here comes this Jeep. I don't know if it's going to be able to tip the balance, although these riflemen are in green cover. I don't see a whole lot of bloodshed right now. It's just guys dancing around each other. Oh boy, that bike is in deep trouble. Looks like this time Symbiosis is going to get the jump on this early vehicle action, and Symbiosis takes down DevM's bike in the first 2.5 minutes of this game. Now the rifles had to retreat, but it looks like Symbiosis got what he wanted.
This is definitely gonna set DevM back, and he hasn't even capped a fuel point. So I think we may see an early weapon support center from Symbiosis this game now.
That would be interesting if we did see that. Of course, that would be more sniper fight action, which we all love here on Sunday Night Fights. But I agree, losing that bike early was not good for DevM. It's going to really set back his well, at least I'm guessing is his strategy of doing a quick knockout punch like I was talking about earlier. Map control isn't too horrible right now for both of these men, but we'll see how it shapes up here in the next couple of minutes as more units come out of the field. Here comes Symbiosis' 2 riflemen to come right back into the engagement in the graveyard area, but it looks like a little bit of wire might have slowed them down and prevented them from a flank, although it's not going to stop them completely.
We've also got a new bike coming up.
Alright, so definitely
he's known for being a master at pushing units in the game. I know that some players at the top tier level have complained that there's no one who uses pushing mechanics just as he does.
Well, would you say it's a little harder to use the bike to push than the Jeep, or are they both equally the same?
The bike is definitely. It's why I at one point experimented with the Schwimmwagen. It's just not the same as good old Klaus on his bike.
Right, well here we got a little bit of a chasing action going on here. Here comes the bike. DevM being real risky. He's already lost one. It doesn't seem to deter him from being aggressive. He's going to push off these engineers into the house. Looks like they've just been upgraded with flamethrowers. That's something that the bike is not going to be able to take on its own, so it's going to move off to the north a little bit. We have another little bit of action over in the graveyard. This bike is going to come up and support these Volksgrenadier MG42 team as they take on these riflemen that are in green cover. Really, this is just a delaying action. It's got to be something that Symbiosis wants to keep this German army here in the graveyard just pinned down while he does something else, because these riflemen have no hope of winning, obviously, this engagement.
Losing ground out there.
Symbiosis has been pretty full staffed for most of the game. He's just begun to cap the right side back.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any tech in his base right now. Really, I guess no tech from either of these two gentlemen, nor doctrine choices. But now we're seeing still more engagement here in this graveyard area. DevM's doing a pretty good job of holding it. This one little bit of wire here seems to have maybe done the trick in keeping riflemen from swinging around and engaging that MG42 that's sort of covering the entire area up there. So it looks like DevM has decided to stake his claim on this graveyard. With all that green cover there, is that a good choice to put an MG42?
This is one of the only maps where I personally go for a sniper as a third unit, following the good old Zephyr folk sniper build, just because of that green cover there. It's just begging to be flanked, but Symbiosis has only just begun to mobilize his forces for such a movement now.
Yeah, now it looks like you are right. They are going to try and engage here. He's got minesweepers up and ready to sweep that graveyard. Looks like it's not really being contested right now. DevM has moved off. Where did that MG42 go? Oh, it moved up a little bit further, out of range, up on top of that hill over there. The other combat that's going on here is down on the opposite section of the map, where we've got flamers in the Jeep engaging these Volksgrenadiers over here by the wood piles. And it looks like these engineers are going to have to retreat. Didn't do a whole lot of damage, and these Volks are now going to come up and try and engage this Jeep as well.
We've got 3 folks going to be an MG bike built over from DevM. I've got a feeling he's going to try and push for the cutoff, Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry, say again, he's going to push for the what?
For the cutoff, the southern cutoff that
Symbiosis pushing for the cutoff. Indeed, yeah. Well, now it looks like the bulk of DevM's army is moving into that graveyard. He has managed to push off any American forces there. Now bars have popped for Symbiosis. That's an interesting choice here now. He hasn't seen any teching from his opponent, and maybe he feels that with such a Volksgrenadier-centric army, he might be able to do some work with these bars. Now, it looks like this is going to be bike number 2 going down for DevM right outside that house. That bar fire against bikes is just brutal. It takes it down really fast.
Yeah, I think that Symbiosis decided to go for bars instead of weapon support center because of the lack of a sniper from DevM side.
Yeah, we haven't seen a sniper yet, but it doesn't mean he can't build one. I mean, DevM certainly has the capacity to do it at any time. Comcroft Center going up in DevM's base now.
He's actually building a sniper, just as we spoke, and it's popping up really soon.
Well, if you saw bars at this point, would you think that building a sniper would be a good choice at this point?
I think DevM's line of thought right now is that Symbiosis has invested in anti-infantry, and our well-microed sniper can actually help counter bars.
Ah, excellent. Well, it looks like at some point Symbiosis lost his Jeep trying to engage up there in the north. I didn't quite see how it went down, but now we've got a bunker going up not too far from where the Jeep died. Probably a medic bunker, I would guess, if he's going to engage in all of this anti-infantry action. Okay, now the sniper is on the field, starting to take pot shots. I'm guessing DevM is going to be really, really confident with the sniper, knowing that he saw bars. He's not going to see an American sniper. So we're going to see some uncloaked sniper running around action here, a la Cepha. It's a little late to be having that Cepha build go now, but I think we're going to see it anyway.
We've also just got a mid bunker up, and it looks like he's trying to take back the graveyard.
Yeah, some mines got laid. I saw something explode over there. It must have been mines that got walked on. I'm not sure whose mines actually exploded, but now the Symbiosis has definitely got a good position here on the graveyard side.
Tier 2 coming up from DevM. I guess he's afraid that Symbiosis might try to counter his big Tier 1 with an M8 now.
Aha, well, there's not a whole lot of that possibility going on in Symbiosis' base. He certainly has the fuel and the manpower to build a supply yard. He just retreated those engineers back there. That might be what he's doing. And yep, that's no, he's a triage center. Triage center is what he's building in his base. So this is going to be some serious infantry flanking, which is awesome. Oh, big mines going off for the rifles right by the graveyard victory point. And some engineers now immediately laying down mines in an old crater as well. I like Tier 1 action. This is where Company of Heroes really shines for me. Flanking and MG42 usage and snipers. I love it.
We just saw 2 Volksgrenadier squads go down, one in the south and one in the north. And while all this has been going on, Symbiosis has been able to hold the +10 fuel. So he's looking to be in a very comfortable position.
Yikes, that's not good. Oh, and these Volks are going to hit these mines! Oh, man, right in the face! They didn't lose any guys, but boy, they lost a ton of health. Yikes.
Front shifting. Krauts are grabbing territory from us.
What happened? 2 Volksgrenadier squads. That's going to really set back DevM. I mean, geez, even at this stage of the game, you can't lose 2 units like that quickly. Okay, supply yard now going up in Symbiosis' base, just completed. He has fuel for really nothing at this point. It's 39 fuel, but 26 income, as you said. He has that +10 fuel, so he's doing just fine. He's pretty much in good shape to build anything he wants coming up here. He's only limited by manpower.
Ground out there.
Tank depot coming up. I know that Symbiosis personally prefers going bars, tank depot, and then going armored company on this map.
Ah, that's what I saw. He had purchased that tank depot and it had eliminated that fuel out of his bank, but I didn't actually see the building go up yet, so that makes sense. He's going to have a tank depot with 53 in the bank as of now. We're going to see Shermans here real fast.
It looks like DevM has expected it because he decided to opt for a Grenadier squad instead of a pack, not thinking that Symbiosis would go for the M8.
Interesting. Well, against a Sherman, is a Grenadier squad going to be any better at this point?
I think he built it to help prevent the hole he had from losing those 2 folk squads, and now he's going to need to build at least 2 packs if he wants to stand against tank depot.
Yeah, that's going to be trouble. I mean, even 2 packs is risky with all these bars running around the field. Symbiosis is showing excellent micro, as always, to be able to flank and move. With only 1 MG42 for DevM, he's not going to be able to stop flanks very well.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
Symbiosis is splitting DevM's troops right now. He's forcing him to send 2 pioneers and the sniper to take care of just 1 rifleman squad on the right side right now.
That's interesting. Yeah, I was just going to notice that these rifles here, they're not going to probably do a whole lot of damage, but they are causing a split here in the army, like you said. And now look, everybody here on this right side has got to retreat back into better cover as you know, this excellent flank by Symbiosis is executed here. Wow, retreat all the way back. That was nice. Almost no shots fired, but he was able to force 3 units off the field.
And at the same time, he's setting up for a flank on the left side. I think he's going to try and go for the fuel too.
Yeah, there is only a single MG42. I think, no, it's, sorry, Grenadiers over there holding that side of the field. Not a whole lot to protect it over there, so he may be able to steal that as well. We do have a Sherman coming out of the tank depot. It's going to be ready in about 60 seconds or less. Probably more like 30 seconds. And here we go. This flank over by the graveyard, just like you were talking about. And immediate retreat by those Grenadiers.
DevM is moving to take care of the flank on the left-hand side, but he's going to need his sniper if he wants to root out the riflemen in that green cover.
Okay, there's only 1 pack on the field right now, right? So this tank is going to come out here in about 5 seconds and start running roughshod over this German army because I don't see any Shreks either. I mean, there must be munitions in the bank to buy Shreks, but it's going to be real tough for DevM to face a Sherman at this point.
DevM actually only has 50 munitions, and instead of going for a second pack, he's going to take to tier 3. I guess he'll bring out a Stoop very soon.
Well, I would assume that he must have fuel for a Stug. Oh no, he bought Vet 1 infantry, so he may be a little low on fuel too. Symbiosis is definitely the king in the fuel category right now.
As things are now, he can just bring out a Stug when he's finished the tier 3, but not anything else.
Alright, here comes Mr. Sherman. It's right in line for that pack, and it takes the first shot right to the face. And Symbiosis is going to back it up just out of range now, so Symbiosis knows exactly where that pack is, right there in the center. So he's probably going to, I'm guess, either move that tank over to the left side to support his infantry as they engage in the graveyard, which, where'd they all go? They must have just finished that engagement over there.
While Symbiosis microed the Sherman, he lost the Rifleman squad on the left side and gave DevM 2 bars. That's going to help a lot.
I do. I see those bars now. You know, Grenadiers with bars are sexy because you know what? They're tough, they're strong, they got a lot more infantry killing power. But it's even sexier with Vet 2, which we're not going to see for a little while, I'm guessing.
He's just built the tier 3 building, and I'm 99% sure we'll see a Geschützwagen or Stug coming out very soon. It's interesting that he decided to split a bar for each Grenadier squad, so that if he decides to go Terror, he hasn't decided on a doctrine yet, he will get a better bonus from Seal because of that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh my gosh, great Grenadier grenade. Dude, did that blow up a mine as well? That was an extra large explosion, and one of these riflemen just escaped with their lives under sniper fire as they were retreating. Wow, that was a close engagement. I'm a little disappointed with Symbiosis in that the shock value, that window that you get from the shock value of building a Sherman, kind of got eclipsed. He really didn't engage with that Sherman at any point, and now his opponent is ready and expecting it. So that was sort of a missed opportunity, I think. What do you think there?
I definitely agree, and it seems like DevM has read Symbiosis' mind that he's so afraid of using the Sherman because he popped out a Puma instead of a Stug.
Wow. Oh, and now here comes this Pack 38 in position to fire again. Oh my gosh, right in the face of the Sherman. Took a little damage, and second shot didn't penetrate, but did a little more. Here comes that Puma, as you were talking about. Sort of an interesting choice versus American heavy armor.
If you look at the units, then you'll see that Symbiosis hasn't been able to press his advantage right now. DevM has been able to build up his army. He was down to just one Folks Grenadier squad, MG and Sniper. And now he has at least 2 Grens, Folks, Puma, Sniper, MG still intact. He can move for the right part of the map while still defending the left one now.
Yeah, there was a really short window where Symbiosis could have completely slammed DevM, but he chose not to. He just that Sherman just seemed to sit back there, and rifles kind of engaged in half-hearted places around the map. And now, as you had said, DevM has managed to come back on his feet, and he's got a good, strong little army here. I mean, I don't really see any weaknesses at this point, and he's got that sniper. How many kills on that sniper? Is he still around somewhere?
24. And DevM just used an age-old trick where he throws grenades on his Folks Grenadiers at the medic bunker, so the medics pick them up and get a free Gren squad.
Oh man, that's like vampire suicide type stuff going on there. You just kill them and resurrect them. So yeah, here we got more action here. We've got that Stug that did come out, and now the Sherman is in big trouble because those pot shots from the Pack 38 have done enough damage to force that Sherman to retreat, and now it's looked like it could have gone down by that Stug if it hadn't have been for these engineers saving it. And now this Puma is just going to try and engage and escape, take a few pot shots. Wow, lots of damage there.
And Symbiosis just revealed that he's built a counter sniper. He actually missed a counter sniper on DevM sniper.
I did. I saw that sniper floating around back down there by the hedgerow, and also he did pick up stickies, and these rifles are going to be chasing here the Stug as it wheels away under a damaged engine. Second sticky now. It's probably going to immobilize it, I would guess. Yep, immobilized. It's a good job. Nothing there, though, in the area capable of finishing the job. Wow, I just noticed that DevM was able to get Vet 2 infantry. That's going to stand up nicely to bars. There's this Sherman's chance to...
He decided to go for Blitzkrieg instead of Terror or Defensive.
Oh, Blitzkrieg. If we see a Tiger, I am going to get so excited. Wow, look at this. These engineers here, I mean, these pioneers were able to repair that Stug's engine enough so that it can start moving again, so that Sherman does not get the kill on the Stug. And now here we've got a very large German presence coming back towards that Sherman. Good comeback from DevM. Boy, look at that. Just a lot of healthy infantry now moving towards Americans who are just sort of under strength as they come back onto the field.
He's been able to harass the bottom right part of the map while still keeping the left. And it looks like he's moving for the cutoff now with his grenadiers.
Yeah, looking to see where that might happen. They could move down there. We have infantry company from Symbiosis.
Germans are seizing territory.
Okay, where's that sniper? I didn't hotkey the American sniper. I need to find it. There he is.
A howitzer coming up. I think that's a very
there
good
is a
choice
howitzer.
by
Yep.
Symbiosis. But he needs to mine his base entrances, so we might see a suicide boomer coming in later.
Just heard something. Oh, okay, there's that howitzer falling in the center. Nobody really there at this point, unless there was an MG that I missed.
Now a double time.
We're seeing the majority, the lion's share of the combat still taking place over by this graveyard.
We're seeing veterans who won on tanks popping now.
Yeah, this German army is going to get real strong, real fast here as these two guys slug it out here on mostly the left side of this map. I agree with you. The right side has been basically held down just with harassment. Not a whole lot of combat. That's what, you know, Argenton Crossroads does seem to fall. It does favor the graveyard, as we were talking about earlier, just in terms of the amount of cover there. Men seem to like to fight there.
Yeah, if you're on the defensive position in the graveyard, then you have a big advantage because of all that green cover. I mean, you almost can't be suppressed by MGs or if you're play smart.
Alright, so here's Mr. Sherman rolling around back by the center part of this map. I'm really kind of disappointed that I haven't seen a whole lot of action from this guy. I really would have liked Symbiosis to sort of push forward more into German lines. I mean, even now, it just seems like, you know, we've got engagements here on the right where he could be really plunking away at troops, and I'm just not seeing a Sherman doing Sherman's job. I mean, maybe he wants to keep it safe. I think he's being overly cautious.
It's only got 3 infantry kills right now. He's gonna need to keep that one alive and get some Hellcats if he wants to push through DevM's tanks now.
I mean, look, we've got riflemen here engaging in the graveyard, at point blank in a Puma. Where is the Sherman? That Sherman would be awesome right now to be able to help support his units. I mean, Shermans are a great force multiplier. You use them in conjunction with the units you already have to really, really enhance your army, and I'm just not seeing that. I don't know what's going on.
It's almost as if his Stugs have more infantry kills.
Yeah, we got some howitzers falling near a Puma. Not going to do any damage, though. Looks like a couple of Howie shots wasted there.
DevM retreated its army from the right side because he expected the howitzer to fire on them.
That was a good move. You know, we got an M18 now, looks like, coming out of the tank depot. So we're going to get a little bit more of an American armor column in order to engage these Germans. I hope maybe together these two guys will be able to, these two pieces of armor will be able to do some damage up into the north.
Symbiosis has been able to capture the right side back because of the Sherman, but DevM is making a counterattack now, and whereas DevM had to concentrate all his units at one side in the start, Symbiosis is now in that position.
Yeah, and you know what? Now we've got Vet 2 armor on this Stug, which is going to make it a really strong beast when it comes to fighting infantry as well. Just got a damaged engine. Now, come on, Sherman, here's your chance. You got a damaged engine on the Stug. Let's go back to COH 1.4 or 1.5 and start doing this crazy Stug strafing, circling them. You got to do it, and instead, the Sherman is going to retreat, and the M18 is going to come up and try and engage the Stug instead.
While that happened, Symbiosis sent his troops in to take care of the sniper in the middle, but he retreated and Symbiosis took quite the losses.
Oh man, here's another. Now this M18 has to retreat out of here because bulk of DevM's army is coming up to rescue this Stug. And you know what? This M18 might go down now. It might go down to Puma fire. Thank God the M18 is fast enough that it can get the heck out of there. That was a close call. He could have lost that armor real easy. And you know what? This Puma is going to try and engage. It's going to keep going and chasing. Rear armor hits with a Puma cannon. I don't know. Do you think we could get a critical?
Yeah, it definitely can if he chases it for long enough. And Symbiosis doesn't have any supporting units right now.
Yeah, where did the rest of the American army go?
He seems to desperately try and keep DevM away from the right side.
And now DevM has got that cutoff like you were talking about before. Actually, the American player, now we've got Symbiosis, he has reached pop cap. He's 49 of 41. So that's not good at all. He can't build any more new units or reinforce the ones that he has. He just dropped off-map artillery somewhere. I'm trying to find out where it is. Oh, okay, it's down by where that fuel point was being capped just south of the lumber yard. He took out a few grenadiers before they had to retreat.
That's one of the weaknesses of the on-map howitzer. It takes up so much pop cap that if you get cut off, then you're not going to be able to field many more units.
Okay, little breather here for Symbiosis. He's able to push German forces out of his territory a little bit, and he's trying to gain some back here in the north by the graveyard. Not going to happen. That Stug, that Vet 2 Stug, is going to push off those riflemen. So now Symbiosis, while looking good early on, he has got to get his shit together and take back some of these victory points, because he's 177 to 402. This is going to become a problem in about 2 or 3 more minutes. Just bought Rangers.
If things continue the way they do, DevM is going to have victory lead.
Yes, he will. I should say, instead of buying Rangers, he purchased them with his command points. He doesn't have the pop cap to bring in Rangers. This is the problem. Rangers might actually be able to do some good work for him, but just now, as he's capped this fuel point here underneath the lumberyard, he's able to actually be on the positive side of his pop cap situation, which is always a bad thing to be. If you're not on the positive side of pop cap, you're in big trouble in this game.
DevM is just in such a superior position because Symbiosis needs to take back his own territory now, and that means sending forces there instead of trying to take away DevM's territory.
Yeah, that's right. He does have to work to climb back out of his hole, and you know what? DevM has been very, he's been very conscientious putting down wire there in the center, which is preventing any sort of American push right up through the middle. But now, you know, there was an MG42 that was covering that area, and on-map howitzer has driven it away. So there is an opportunity now here to finally make that push through the center if you wanted to, or simply just cap the VP point. Instead, we've got action now on the right side here. Pax picking away at this Sherman, doing tremendous amount of damage, and being backed up by German infantry here. This is a good, strong force that DevM has facing Symbiosis, and a sticky goes off on that Puma. The Puma's going to retreat into safety. But still, look at all of these strong German forces here trying to take out Americans. And, you know, the only thing that's going to be able to break this strong force here is this sniper. If this sniper keeps flicking away, they might be able to do some damage.
DevM is playing, Symbiosis is playing right into DevM's hands because he just sent in a Stuck into Symbiosis' base to take out the howitzer while they're fighting.
Oh, there was the old switcheroo. And now here comes that Sherman to try and save that howitzer. Don't know if he's going to be able to do it or not. One more shot from that Stug should do it. Come on, Stug, fire away. Down it goes. Good trade. He might lose the Stug here, but I'd say a Stug for a howitzer is a pretty good trade at this point. Don't you agree?
Definitely, especially when DevM has the resource superiority.
Enemy unit down.
Oh man, more combat here on the right too. Looks like these understrength riflemen might almost go down. Oh my gosh, escape with your lives! Oh, can you chase? The Puma's gonna chase that. That rifleman has like 1 hit point as he retreats back to base. At this point, Symbiosis cannot afford to lose another unit. He's built 2 snipers now, I see on the field, but he cannot afford to lose anything else at this point.
Front shift. Routes are grabbing territory.
It looks like he's decided a change of plan and is moving to the graveyard now instead of the right side. I think that's a good decision considering that DevM has been able to keep him off the right side for so long.
Check this out, Stug chasing the snipers. Absolutely no spotting capability of that Stug. Walked right up in front of those two snipers and simply couldn't see anything. And here we come, the American Armor, though, now coming to try and fire, take a few pot shots at the Stug's butt. It's going to get a couple of good shots in right now, but here we come, Shrek's to the rescue to try and stop this advance here of the Americans as they try and take back this VP point by the lumberyard.
Pack just got recruited.
Ah, yes, now the Pack's firing on that really weak armor of the M18. Not good against Packs. And American Armor has to retreat back to this relative safety. Oh, man! Did we just lose an entire Grenadier squad? There's a Shrek laying there on the field. Oh, please, pick up that Shrek. All right, you do not want to lose a Shrek at this point when this vehicle-heavy game proceeds here into its 30th minute. Let's do a quick time sync. We're at 30, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, is there just counter snipe? Missed it. I thought I saw a counter snipe.
Hit another guy.
Wow, that was close. Okay, and that Grenadier squad almost went down too.
Symbiosis has been able to take back some of the left side, but right now he's gonna watch out not to bleed out of VPs.
Yeah, we're at 74 VPs. This game is going to end here very quickly. If Symbiosis cannot take that center VP, he's whiting it now, so he's in good shape. But now we've got more action here by this graveyard. You know what? This M18 might go down to this Stug unless we do some good circle strafing. Here we go. This is the speed of the M18 coming into play, where it can keep circle strafing and not allow this Stug to get any shots off. And I think this Stug is going to go down. Keep circle strafing, M18. Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh, my gosh. Down goes the M18. It just went a little too wide on that circle strafe and paid the price for it. But hopefully that Sherman should be able to finish the job as it did, and the Stug goes down. Good break for Symbiosis. He needed it.
Symbiosis has been able to penetrate the middle again and not bleeding any VPs at the moment.
Uh-oh, Mr. Sherman is in big trouble.
Going down.
Oh, man, that was a 1, 2, 3 shot from Stug, Pack 38, and Shrek right to the tail. And down goes that Sherman. There is now no American Armor on the field except for an M18 I see that has just been built out of the tank depot. Boy, that's not going to be enough, though, to take on this German army. I see a lot of triangles on the minimap.
I'm seeing an interesting doctrine choice by DevM, though. He decided to go for manpower blitz instead of the Tiger, and he's just mass-producing units now.
Well, that's good. I mean, he just lost a Puma to the center to a 1-2 punch of a mine and a sticky bomb. And here comes that Stug that killed that Sherman a little earlier. It's going to try and do some damage here against this little combined army of understrength rifles and snipers. Rifles now chasing that Stug, probably trying to get a sticky off, or maybe to grab something. What's laying there in the field? Oh no, it's an MG42. Oh my god, rifles, retreat now. You're suppressed. You've got double Stug action on top of you. You need to get out of there. Whew, that was close. Oh, down goes a rifle on retreat. Not what Symbiosis needed right now.
He just got a new one from his medic tent, and it looks like he just lost the sniper to a Stug.
Oh, man. That was not good. And now these Stugs are trying to climb on in on top of this sniper. Boy, the detection radius of the Stug is basically 0. So, no help there. I think DevM senses victory now through victory points. So he's going to be focusing on that aspect of combat instead of simply trying to land a knockout blow on Symbiosis. Oh, Rifleman, man, getting crunched in the middle from all sides.
Even the pack is shooting, and Symbiosis just doesn't have enough resources right now.
Yeah, this is going to be trouble. Okay, these two Stugs are in sort of a bad position right now against this healthy M18. They're going to be able to get some good shots in until from behind. Here comes M18 number 2, takes out one of those Stugs. And now the Stug, this final Stug, is sort of caught between a rock and a hard place. Although Symbiosis is able to retreat that first M18. Second M18 looks like doesn't want to engage either because of that deadly Pack 38 that's up there. Man, that Pack 38 doesn't have any kills on it. I could have sworn we saw some more Pack 38 action, but I must be wrong.
He's had the same pack for the whole game, but it's been recruited sometimes now.
Ah, I see. So that will clear out any sort of an engagement statistic list that it has there. And now this M18 is in trouble. Pack 38 was plicking away at it, and the Stug finishes it off. This is trouble now on the left-hand side. There is no hope for recovering that VP anytime soon on the left-hand side. It looks like Symbiosis is going to have to stake his claim in the center and the right. But look at the size of the German army there on the right-hand side. We got multiple mixed infantry types along with the Stug being able to force off that rifle squad. And that rifle squad goes down and drops the bar. Oh boy, now things are looking very desperate. This might be the final moments of this game here.
A stormtrooper squad also assaulted a sniper and killed him before shooting.
Oh boy, yeah, look at this sexy stormtroopers. We haven't seen stormtroopers for a while on Sunday Night Fights, and they're going to go right in the face of these engineers to try and force them off from retreating that M18, and now that M18 is all alone, facing a nice Stug. Oh man, rear armor shots. Your only hope, M18, is to escape. Run! Don't walk backwards into the Pack 38! Oh, down it goes. Well played by DevM.
Symbiosis has sent in a lot of units just to try and take care of the victory points, but that also means he's drained himself of way too much manpower to be able to stay in the game.
Okay, so I think that we're going to see Symbiosis here doing a Hail Mary pass. He has enough for a off-map combat group, which just get called in, so let's play the COH lottery and see what units come out of off-map combat group. We got an M18, that's good. M8, not so good. Rifle squad and AT gun. Good mix. Good mix. Probably could a little bit better, but at least it didn't have a mortar and an MG squad, which would have been awful. Oh, bundled grenade right on the center VP, and boom! Oh man, that almost complete loss of all of the worker units there. One engineer squad, down it goes to that. Oh, down goes the stormtrooper squad too from an M8. That was a good kill. Alright, here's our final push of this game, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's sending in some suicide riflemen to the right side just to take care of the victory point.
Yeah, he's got to hold on to the victory point, although these riflemen here in the center, they're going to go down. Boy, I see riflemen going down all over the place. We've got combat. We've got an M18 going face-to-face with a Stug. There's no hope of a circle strafe there. Oh, wow. Down goes the M18 there, too. Oof. I'm thinking DevM is looking hot right now. He has got complete control of this map. Symbiosis has no units left, and I think it's going to be lights out here in just a second. And GG, there it is. He called it a GG. Well played by DevM, coming back in Game 2. Oh, NTD, I loved it. Roll that Axis wins video. All right, well, GG. That was an awesome game. What do you think, Aimstrong? Aimstrong, what do you think?
I think Symbiosis was in a superior position in the start, but DevM just was able to keep the focus up and go from losing 2 Focus Grenadier squads just as he got into Tier 2 and managing to have 10 troops in the late game, having very good unit preservation there. He just forced the philosophy of fighting at the opponent's territory, which DevM is very good at, and by doing that kept his own territory safe. Good old Sun Tzu.
Yep, that's excellent, Sun Tzu. Exactly my favorite strategy tactician. And I think that we are going to see more great games from these two men as we go into Game 3 of this Best of 5 series. And stay tuned, more beta keys to give away. We'll be back right after this.